Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the most fascinating stories around the world. Take a look at the biggest crime organizations in the world. For this, we'll be looking at criminal organizations that have risen to prominence based on their historical legacies, infamous illegal activities, and notoriety. It would be a crime not to be aware of these groups. Did we leave any out? Let us know in the comments. Israeli organized crime, consisting of nearly 20 crime families and also known as the Israeli Mafia. This group is widely spread throughout its namesake country. But the organization also has ties outside of the country. The Israeli Mafia infamously got away with a record-breaking jewelry heist in New York. Additionally, they've been tied to narcotics rings in California and violent crimes in Mexico City. Back in Israel, there were concerns the organization had become entrenched within politics. This worry was increased in 2010 when a WikiLeaks report alleged that someone possessing familial ties to Israeli organized crime had been elected to the country's highest legislative body. Given their size, having the group get entangled with politics could cause major issues. 'Ndrangheta, primarily operating in southern Italy, specifically the Calabria region. This organization grew enough during the late 18th and early 19th centuries that they were known globally by the 1950s. Over time, they gained a ton of operating capital due to their involvement in narcotics trafficking and extortion. Members of the organization were even directly linked to the infamous taking of John Paul Getty III. After gaining a significant reputation and allying with South American partners, the 'Ndrangheta were able to greatly expand their reach. Their long history of crime led them to becoming one of the most powerful black market groups. Some records suggest they have over 10,000 members globally. With branches everywhere from Canada to Australia, this organization has definitely entrenched itself across the globe. Russian Mafia. One of the most well-organized criminal organizations in the world, the Russian Mafia has a long legacy originating from the imperial period of the 1720s, but its violent and intimidating reputation was cemented during the Soviet era with forced labor camp leaders. Many factions of the Russian Mafia have successfully dabbled in politics, business, narcotics, and the black market around the globe. Initially dubbed thieves in law, operatives in the Russian mob are known for their recognizable but cryptic tattoos and imposing methods of business. The Russian Mafia has been involved with crimes including, but not limited to, human trafficking, money laundering, extortion, and murder. Chief among Russian Mafia chapters is the Solntsevskaya Bratva, an extremely wealthy and successful organization that's been associated with murder and economic scandals. Latin Kings. Although the Latin Kings began in Chicago, they've since expanded into areas like Ecuador, Italy, and Canada. While the organization was originally meant to keep people safe, dark circumstances turned the group into a vicious force. It's been estimated that the Chicago chapter alone once rose to somewhere north of 30,000 active members. When combined with other factions, the group's numbers climbed even higher. The Latin Kings have been involved with everything from drug distribution to homicide. All the while, the group operates on a code that keeps new members loyal and focused on advancing within the organization. Crips and Bloods. The Crips, sometimes called the Original Crip Homies, OCH, were founded in the late 1960s as a unified group of disillusioned African-American youths facing urban hardship in Los Angeles. The Crips eventually became one of the leading gangs in America, with a reputed 35,000 active members over 800 sets, or factions, nationwide, as of 2008. Shortly after their founding, the OBF, Original Blood Family, or the Bloods, formed as a countermeasure to the Crips, leading to a decades-long feud between the two groups. Recognized by various differing hand signals and opposing color schemes, the Crips and the Bloods have gained a reputation for violence, urban gang warfare, narcotics trading, and maintain a menacing presence in their respective neighborhoods. to this day. Irish mob. Spanning back to the late 1800s, the Irish mob initially began as a series of street gangs focused on protection and bootlegging in North American port cities like Manhattan, Boston, and Montreal. The North Side Gang of Chicago was particularly prominent during the Prohibition era, especially as a rival to the Chicago outfit in the South, led by Johnny Torrio and Al Capone. Eventually transcending the street violence and entering politics and police departments, the Irish mob managed to enter into society's highest circles, giving certain affiliated mobsters near celebrity status. Certain notorious groups gained international notoriety, such as James Joseph Whitey Bulger's Winter Hill Gang in Boston and Montreal's West End Gang, the latter of which has existed since the early 1900s. Meanwhile, the Irish mob in Ireland came into existence much later, only starting to be active in the 1960s. D Company. If one was to look into criminal activity in India, they will most likely come across D Company, a violent and massive syndicate that deals in extortion, large-scale fraud, and terrorist activity. Amid various notorious members, D Company's kingpin, Dawood Ibrahim, has been labeled as India's Al Capone and has been evading international authorities since his violent rise to the top of India's criminal underworld in the 1970s. D Company has various business ties, such as reported links to the Bollywood film industry, as well as affiliations with known terrorist groups, most notably Al-Qaeda, in which they allegedly ran guns for Osama bin Laden. Ibrahim is, as of 2011, number 3 on the world's 10 most wanted fugitives list. Hells Angels, formed during the post-Wee Wee boom of returning American veterans, the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, has garnered quite a reputation. The group's constant denial of criminal activity and association with various mob outfits worldwide have given the Hells Angels a near mythical image, which is an anti-hero persona they gladly play into. However, police organizations have listed the Hells Angels as one of the Big Four motorcycle gangs, and members have been busted for extortion, violent crime, drug dealing, prostitution, and more. While members insist they are just Harley-Davidson enthusiasts, the numbers add up to a different story, with the Quebec biker turf war in Montreal that saw the deaths of at least 150 and the jailing of over 100 bikers between 1994 and 2002. In 2019, the Netherlands became the first country to ban the club. Mexican cartels, imposing in stature and highly protective of their own, the Mexican cartels have made a name for themselves with what's been described as their violent bordering on barbaric tactics and militant structure. While highly successful in their operations, various cartels have found themselves embroiled in turf wars in their home country, leading to aggressive conflicts resulting in cartel and civilian casualties. By reportedly intimidating journalists who dig too deep into their affairs and rigging elections, the cartels have entrenched themselves in their local areas and earned the rep as a ruthless force to be reckoned with. Sicilian Mafia. Immortalized on film and in the media, the Sicilian Mafia is one of the most infamous criminal groups in history, beginning in Sicily in the early 19th century and eventually extending to and capitalizing on the opportunities in early 20th century America, as well as other parts of the world. The Sicilian Mafia, known internally as Cosa Nostra, has been linked to numerous criminal rackets, spanning from money laundering, gangland violence, protection rackets, and even rumored ties to high-profile assassinations. With the likes of Vito Calciferus and Luciano Leggio among the mythologized mobsters responsible for the idea of the gentleman mafia boss or gangster, the Sicilian Mafia is truly la stessa cosa and inseparable from its image. Conclusion. According to numerous studies, organized crime is a scourge that afflicts countries in every corner of the globe, from tiny island states to large economic superpowers, and is an underlying driver of many major geopolitical challenges, including conflict, political instability, and forced migration. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you all liked it. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you will never miss any episode of our enthralling series. We are looking forward to seeing you next time, so stay curious about next video.